Hello there gang, and welcome to Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest video podcast. And right now you know what it is, it's time for the only news that matters, and that's good news. Kicking things off with Marvel Legends, some old news and some new news that might be so new it's not ready to be news yet. So the old one is that the Dragon Man, not Build-A-Figure, not HasLab, just the Dragon Man is available for pre-order on Hasbro Pulse right now. I made a video about it yesterday, so I won't linger. $85, folks are pretty pleased with that, myself included. Not a crazy price, and a good looking figure. Going to be releasing around about this time next year. You can go get your pre-orders in now. And then we've got the new Marvel Legends news that's so new it might not be news yet. So if you don't want to see little sneaky peeky pictures of a figure that hasn't been revealed yet, but someone might have in hand, skip on to the next news item. But I know none of y'all have done that, because you want to see what I'm talking about. So here it is. Boom! What looks to be an animated vulture. Now this is interesting, because this picture was shared around the internet quite a lot. Well, not this specific one, but one with this guy standing in the back of someone's collection. And people are like, oh, is this a sneaky little like, oh, look what I've got type reveal? We had a whole debate about it. Some folks said, yes, it is. Some said, no, that's just a custom. But now this is from the same guy who I think had other figures that he sort of semi-revealed to the public. I need to do a little bit of research in my old chat messages, find out who sent me these pictures and where they came from. But it looks like an almost too perfect 90s animated vulture. This is one that I've been manifesting for a long time, because it's Adrian Toomes in his more armored battle-looking suit with the young vulture head, which I feel is a gimmick that they really should have kept with the character, because it makes so much sense. This old vulture sucking the life out of younger people. I thought that was great. So this goes perfectly either with an animated Spider-Man display or with your 90s Spider-Man collection. I know that's where I'm going to put him. So this is obviously just one thing that someone has in hand. It's not a legit reveal, and a lot of debate is still going to be around whether or not it is an actual figure or it's just a very well-made custom. I think it's legit. Maybe we'll find out on September 13th during the Hasbro PulseCon. Time will tell. In the meantime, though, this does look really cool. Hiya Toys have revealed a new addition to their Godzilla line, and it might genuinely be... Ooh, -1 is probably still my favorite design, but this... Oh, it is a close second. So let me actually read off the full name of the movie, because I keep getting them mixed up. This Godzilla is from Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah Giant Monsters All-Out Attack from 2001. And this, as you can see from the images, is a real demonic looking Godzilla with the white out eyes. This is more of a supernatural version of Godzilla. This creature that's been, in this case, manifested from all the dead souls that perished in the Second World War. He is the kind of physical embodiment of their revenge. It's cool. It's not my favorite sort of notion for what Godzilla should be, but it is pretty wicked looking. I love the proportions of this. He's chunky, but he's not squat and fat looking. Like, this looks better, I think, than the CGI legendary version of Godzilla, because he looks kind of nimble, but just still badoosh. You know what I mean? I'm sure you do. So this is going to be about $51, and he's going to be releasing 2025 Q2. So you haven't got too long to wait for him, and honestly, of all the higher toy Godzillas that I've seen, this might be the one that gets me to part with my money, because he looks so mean. I just wanted to share this real quick. Loose Collector has revealed the next 4 figures that are going to be coming out in the Burning Hammer line of toys. We haven't got any images, but we got the names. We've got, representing pro wrestling, Stronkovic. And then representing kickboxing, it's Johnny Cloud. Then from the US of A, Kempo Karate, Jack Morris. And finally, representing boxing, Toa the Hawk Tua. Honestly, I'd buy the figure just as a props for the naming. I'm like, yeah, you know what? That deserves my money. Cultural, hilarious, and a pun. Yeah, you know how to appeal to model behavior. 5K Toys put out a pretty cool little video of the, I think, Fury Toys Anglerfish Warrior. This is a special edition one that's probably only going to be available at Wonderfest and LA Comic Con. The regular colored version is going to be up for pre-order on 5K Toys soon, apparently, and when it is, I think I might want to have this guy joining my collection. This translucent special edition one, it's cool because it's not an essential, it's one of those ones that's perfect for an event exclusive. You don't desperately need it, but at the same time, when you see the look of this thing, with the jagged teeth and the kind of shimmering translucent, not translucent, but just shiny aquatic purple, I'm talking myself into thinking maybe this is the superior version. Nonetheless, though, it's cool to take a look. There is some awesome stuff that's going to be going live on 5K Toys pretty soon. Up for pre-order now on the NECA online store is their 18-inch Beetlejuice figure. This is really fun. It's motion activated with voice clips, so he can kind of be guarding your bedroom if you want. Lord only knows what he's going to be saying when you walk past him, but the Michael Keaton likeness, that looks absolutely spot on there. So it's $130. It's a lot of money, but then again, 18 inches is a lot of action figure as well. So this, as a little room novelty item, this looks pretty cool. But if you want something genuinely horrifying from Beetlejuice, then you could always get yourself this 1-to-1, life-size scale, horrifying Beetlejuice baby. This thing is... It's a lot. I'm just saying I wouldn't want it in my room. Not as terrifying as having a 1-to-1 scale Chucky. I don't understand you folks who have those. I know a lot of you do, and I enjoy sleeping soundly at night. But this looks also equally unsettling. But if you enjoy being unsettled, or just unsettling your house guests, then this might be a good addition. Opening for pre-order on 5K Toys is the Keep Going Studio 1/12 scale female Sanada Yukimura action figure for $49. I totally had to read that straight off the page. I got no idea if this is based on an anime or not, or if this is an original new creation. I think it probably is. I'm getting the feeling, but I'll know when I'm editing this and I'm looking for clips whether or not it's a pre-existing license. What I do know is it's a very cool looking action anime figure, and sometimes that's all you really need to know. One thing that I do know is pre-existing property is Kamen Rider, and of course it's another day, it's another release from Kamen Rider. This time we're getting the Figure Arts Kamen Rider Gav Popping Gummy form. The Gav Popping Gummy form. There you go. The color scheme certainly looks like a popping gummy, sweet confectionery kind of design. So from the series Kamen Rider, Figure Arts is releasing the Kamen Rider Gav Popping Gummy form using clear parts to recreate Kamen Rider Gav's gummy armor. Well, I sincerely hope the joints aren't gummy, because it's probably going to be costing about $60 or so. So, you want a nice solid action figure for that. But as far as the design goes, I do kind of dig it. Valaverse, always looking to experiment and try new things with their products, just put out a little concept video asking fans, would you like to see soft goods with our characters? Also stressing that of course this would raise the price of those figures, so you couldn't expect them with $30 regular ones, but if you wanted to pay a little bit more, get slightly more of a high-end figure, then you could have these options. So if you want to put your voice into this debate or question, then you can get on over to Valaverse and let them know, because it seems like they're one of the best companies when it comes to listening to the audience and then acting accordingly. So yeah, let your voice be heard. Zezre Studios have put up a preview video of a weapons armor pack that you can get for some of their pre-existing monster figures like their Orc and the gorgeous big red Rhinotaur that honestly I have in my collection, and I'm very tempted to get one of these packs for, because I love my sword and sorcery designs, but having like modern military armor and a big ass gun for this Rhino, whew, that could look very, very cool. I'm even tempted to get that, and I could put this guy in my alternate universe Spider-Man display, which is something I'm kind of mentally putting together at the moment, as an alternate universe Rhino with this armor, and that could work so well. I love these weird little quirky videos from Asia, from where the products are made that you don't normally get exposed to. But thanks to Eric Fulham on the Fulham Report at the Model Behaviour Facebook group, he sends a lot of these my way, and this looks like a really fun weapons pack. Hot Toys have shown images of their Obi-Wan figure from the Obi-Wan show. I was trying to think of a way of distinguishing it. The Obi-Wan blibbity-doo. Disney Plus. That's the best way to say. A Disney Plus Obi-Wan. And it looks very cool. Of course it does. It's a Hot Toys figure. Probably going to be released in about a year's time. Probably going to cost about $300. I always say the probablys because with these reveal images, they're never too specific with the details. So you got to spitball it a little bit. Give it the old Hulk tour with the information. That was a weird little bit of connective tissue. But yeah. Obi-Wan looks really cool. If you're a fan of the Disney Plus show, I know some people were, even though I wasn't myself. I know it does have a bit of a following. Well, this guy looks like another great addition. McFarlane have put out a couple of preview images of their upcoming action figures. You could tell the way I said McFarlane. It's because I've been filming this segment like 5 different times. I keep whiffing on it. McFarlane have shown this Robin from Earth 2, Crisis on Infinite Earths. There you go. Whew. Well done, Dave. You got the information out. And that's not the only one either. And now the other figure that McFarlane have revealed is the Silver Age Joker. And honestly, I think he's one of the better looking ones out of the collection. I paused for a second. I was like, shall I continue with this impression? No, it would be too difficult. But that was my best Mark Hamill. And this might be McFarlane's best Joker. They've made a whole bunch of them, so there's a lot to choose from. But as far as a very classic look goes, I think this looks terrific. And McFarlane are also releasing an 8-inch tall Harley Quinn statue based off of some comic book artwork, Harley Quinn 16. That's the one. I wasn't going to try and guess that. Harley Quinn 16. We just got the one picture, but yeah, it looks kind of cute. Finally, up for pre-order, we have the Jada Toys next wave of Street Fighter figures, kicking off with some beautiful pre-order images of both Cammy and DJ Maximum. It is DJ Maximum, isn't it? I think that's his surname. Yeah, he's got it down the side of his tights. Anyway, these, of course, these are more just great additions to the Street Fighter line. I just want all of them, but also there's a lot to be said for Jada giving us the anticipation, letting things build up. You know, someone once said, having things is not fun. It was Jimmy Carr, actually. He said, having things is not fun. Getting things, the anticipation of getting things, that's what's fun. So I'm glad that Jada didn't release these all in one go, because now we can just enjoy the next couple of years. Every few months, a new batch of figures coming out, and they all look great. They really do. Cammy in particular. I love the fact that they didn't decide to, like, PG up her costume. Cammy's costume is a bit silly. It's very cheesecakey. And Jada were like, yeah, that's what she looks like in the game. Boom. There you go. And honestly, God bless them for it, because both of these figures, they look terrific. Creative Beast Studios have shown off, gosh, it looks pretty, a factory-painted sample of the Cyberzoic Arctic Dragon Kurao Kami action figure. Wanted to make sure I got that right there. I know that this will be going up for proper pre-orders and stuff in time, and we'll have the super la-di-da pictures, but in the meantime, just looking at this thing right here, I'm going to cycle through some of the pictures as I'm talking about it. Oof! It looks so pretty. So I think the Cyberzoic characters are more 1/18th scale. But, you know, you don't need to have someone riding it. But also, it's a dragon. So if you want to put it with 1/12th scale figures, it's still going to look amazing. I really like this. And since this is a Cyberzoic figure, I'm guessing there's going to be lots of battle armor that goes on top of it as well. It's Dino Riders for the year 2024. And I really love that. I'm very excited to see more of these. Not content to let NECA have all the fun with the Beetlejuice license, Tamashii Nations, Bandai, SH Figure Arts, all those conglomerated names, are revealing their own Beetlejuice figure in the classic pinstripe. The Michael Keaton likeness looks creepily accurate. I only have, I just got a couple of pictures to go on, but as an initial preview, this looks like a really good offering from Figure Arts. Max Factory have released more images of their motored cyborg runner, Turbo Acid. These names, you can see why I got to read them off the screen. Shoujo Hatsudoki is the name of the character. 17.5 inches. Centimeters, sorry. 17.5 centimeters. Inches would be a very big figure. It's going to be released around about June of next year with a price of 23,000 yen, which is actually a lot of money. That's about $150, give or take, but it's a big action figure with a whole lot of stuff going on. And if you love this cyberpunk anime kind of aesthetic as much as I do, then I think you can definitely see where your money's going. And if you want a bit more mech with your anime girl, then this one is going to have you covered as well. Let me read off the deets. This is the V-Locker Fior, Setaria and Horus figure. Why isn't there a toy called Steve? Just make my life a little bit easier, would you? So this is a model kit type figure, but again, it's not like super detailed model kit. It's just like a snap together kind of thing. You know, the sort of thing that I can do. So the pre-order is going to go live the 28th of September. It's going to be released around about November of this year, hopefully, and priced at about 8,000 yen, which equates to about $50. So not too bad at all for what looks to be a really fun-looking action figure set. Up for pre-order from NECA, they're showing off their Elkhorn and Zarak 50th anniversary D&D animated style figures. So we've had the OG ones with the more realistic paint jobs, and now you've just got these big, bright, bold, cartoonified looks. Honestly, I think it's the OGs that I would always go for. I loved what NECA have done with these D&D figures. So much fun, especially the monstrous knights whose names I always forget. But these two, they look really fun. If you like that more popping NECA animated turtles kind of look, then this is going to be a big win for you. Because even just looking at these pictures, I did get a big bang of 80s nostalgia. They remind me of advanced modern versions of like the Thundercats toys from the 80s. Yeah, I really love the look of these. 30 MDLX. I kind of wish I could space these figure reveals out throughout multiple videos, but they've insisted on dropping them all at once. So I might as well put them all together. From Transformers 1, we got the 4 big players. We got Optimus Prime, we got Megatron, we got Elita 1, and we got Bumblebee. And each one of them, they look beautiful. They really do. I think Transformers 1 is going to genuinely be a little bit of a sleeper hit. I really do. The more I see from this movie, the more I think, yeah, you know what? I think they've nailed this. Yes, it's going to be more of a kid's movie, but I think it's going to be one of those kids' movies that isn't stupid, isn't dumb, isn't patronizing. It's just for kids, but adults can enjoy it as well. I got high hopes. Maybe they're too high. We're going to find out when it comes out, because this will actually be the first Transformers movie I've bothered to go seeing at the cinema since the first Transformers movie in 2007. This is the first one that I'm thinking, okay, this is actually going to be worth my time. These figures, definitely going to be worth your time. I mean, just look at them. They look absolutely stunning. The G.I. Joe Rattler HasLab campaign has come to an end, and it has been another big success for the G.I. Joe team. A final number of 26,903 backers, unlocking all of the tiers. I think G.I. Joe fans are going to be real happy with this. I bet Hasbro are real happy with this. They're laughing all the way to the bank. But hey, everyone's a winner. They get all the money. G.I. Joe fans get an awesome looking product. This can be put down as one very successful HasLab. Loose Collector have revealed their Roja? You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please. This is a red repaint of La Muerta, who I can tell you is a lovely looking figure. And now she can be a lovely looking figure with this red and white. It's Wolfpack, basically. It's NWO, Hollywood, and Wolfpack. You can have both versions. Both versions look awful pretty. I don't think... Oh, I was torn for a second. I was like, I don't think I need this in my collection. I've got the original. But then again, that paint job does look pretty wicked. Nah, it's alright. I'll appreciate her from afar, but I do definitely appreciate her. NECA have also revealed their Beetlejuice Bioexorcist tour guide figure. This is really cool because pretty much all Beetlejuice memorabilia is him in the pinstripe suit. But this costume is what he's first introduced as in the movie. And it just looks so grubby and grimy and disgusting. That's why I think the character just took off instantly, was because he's just so ridiculous, and the second he appears on screen it's like, whoa, what is this? Is that Michael Keaton under there? It's terrific, and this is great to see the costume in so much more detail, and I think this, especially with that Michael Keaton likeness looking so great, gross and gnarly, I think this is going to be a real figure. This looks really cool. Up for pre-order now at Best Buy. $34.99 will get you Megan just in time for Halloween. From NECA, so of course the movie likeness is right there, looking terrific. The character looks absolutely terrifying. All of them mashed up different faces. Each one looks slightly more creepy than the last. If you like having scary horror movie figures on your shelf, I don't. But if you do, then I think this one might make you quite happy. Also up for pre-order at Best Buy is the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin Sinja Commando with Mouses set. This is going to be $50, so this is a little expensive, but you do get a lot of stuff there as well. I love the comic book, not cel-shaded, it is kind of cel-shaded. You know what I mean, though. The comic book artwork look of the figure that does look like a 3D representation of what's on screen. So cool. I would love to see, I haven't seen, but let me know if you've come across it, just a full Last Ronin display with all the different characters that they've done, some of the army-built ninjas. You could have a massive collection based just off that story. I just reminded myself that we got a Last Ronin game coming out. I mean, it'll take a long time, but that's so cool. They really, I'm not going to edit that. They really struck gold with Last Ronin. And I love that they're building on that story and that universe, and this looks like a lot of fun. Ramen Toys have shown some work-in-progress images of their upcoming MUSK diorama set. Everything I see from this just gets me more pumped for it. I also really love, in these images, they talk about what they need to improve or change, and you get a little insight into what the design process of something like this is like and what it involves. And you can see how they're saying, we see that the corners don't quite match here, so we got to change this and alter this. They're putting in the work now so that what eventually comes out will be as baller as it needs to be. They're speaking about how they're changing the LED lights to make those brighter, making little adjustments here and there. I love the paintwork aesthetic that I'm seeing, where it's that perfect kind of comic book look, where they're not going for super realistic, but it's not super animated either. It's just that great kind of Marvel Legends sort of aesthetic. I'm digging this so much. Cannot wait. I know it's going to be a while, but seeing these progress shots, it keeps me so happy. Ramen Toys, they could be onto a huge winner with this. Fingers crossed we'll get more official release date information soon. If you want something super special and a genuine coffee table piece that you can have people around and be like, wow, that's impressive. Even if people aren't into comic books, they'd be like, okay, that's badass. Sideshow have been showing off this beautiful Fastball Special Colossus and Wolverine statue, and I just wanted to share it with you because I just thought it looked so cool. I love how the diorama base is the comic book and they're kind of bursting out of the pages. So awesome. All of these kinds of things, they're in my never going to afford it type category, but just to look at them and see the work and the detail and the artistry that goes into them, it's so beautiful, man. These are super awesome. I just wanted to show this off because it's kind of silly and fun and cheesecakey, and that's what we do here at Model Behavior. The Ring, the terrifying Japanese horror movie, is suddenly not quite so terrifying anymore. So you could get a statue of, what's the name of the character? I forget, but the ghosty girl from The Ring crawling out of the TV. Honestly, if this is what happens after watching the tape, I think that VHS would be getting passed around a lot. In the meantime, though, you could get this 1/4 scale statue, and hey, look, it's silly and goofy, but it's also a whole lot of fun. From Premium Collectibles, over in the statue corner of this show, Sabrewolf. Oh, from one of my favorite 90s beat-em-ups. Well, I say beat-em-ups. Yeah, it's 2-on-2, but that's still a beat-em-up. When I say beat-em-up, my brain thinks about side-scrolling beat-em-ups, but that's why you call them side-scrolling beat-em-ups. Otherwise, it is a one-on-one fighter. Why am I having this mental debate on camera? This isn't what this show is about. But believe me, it's always going on up here. Sabrewolf, he looks really cool. I almost stuttered on the name. I'm not going to redo this segment. Besides, I'm just providing some commentary while you look at the pretty pictures. 650 big ones. All right, so you could buy a lot of Dragon Man figures for that price. But would any of them look as pretty as the Sabrewolf statue? I don't know about that. Just a cool little thing from Marvel Comics. I wanted to share this awesome looking design of Dylan Brock as the Prince in Black. At the moment, they have the Venom War storyline going on, where it's different characters vying for control of the Venom symbiote, and a whole bunch of mystical timey-wimey type stuff going on as well. But in the midst of all that, we get Dylan Brock incorporating all these different elements of symbiotes into his Prince in Black symbiote suit. I'm looking at that going, you know what? I don't need that in my collection as a Marvel legend. It'd be pretty cool if I did have it. Doing this as a Build-A-Figure, look at that. That would sell a wave right there. I really dig this design. Not sure what to wear out for Halloween? How about these official adult Transformers costumes? I got this email from Hasbro with this big list of all the products coming out before the end of the year, and this was just one that I randomly wanted to showcase with you because I just thought they're kind of fun. At first I was like, it's just, there's morph suits, but they're not. They got like lots of detail and bits and pieces on them. So this Optimus Prime one, for example, is $70, can be ordered directly from Hasbro, and yeah, if you wanted to get a crew together and do a whole bunch of Transformers cosplay Halloween costumes, I can look kind of fun. Honestly, I really dig these. Over in Custom Corner from Botellas Custom on YouTube, we've got this really fun, ridiculous, wacky-looking Simpsons Halloween House of Horror, Nightmare on Evergreen Terrace, Groundskeeper Willie, Freddy Krueger figure. I just had so many words to try and get out there. That was very difficult. You can see the cogs turning up there. This is so much fun. Willie being a Freddy Krueger parody, turning himself into this tractor to chase after Bart and Lisa. When I'm done with you, laddie, they're gonna have to do a compost mortem. Man, nothing was better than the original 90s Treehouse of Horror Simpsons episode. This was an absolute classic. Massive kudos for the work on this. This is just so much fun. A fun little thing for all of you Spider-Man collectors, over on Instagram, Papu Sholo has an instructional video on how to make Spider-Man webbing, and this just popped up in the feed, and I thought, oh, you know what, I want to share this with you guys, because it looks pretty straightforward to do. It's a great little educational tool, and now I'm just picturing how I can make all these webs to go around my Mafex and Marvel Legends, and even the Mezco Spidey, when I eventually get him back in hand. I think I'm going to definitely incorporate this technique. It looks really effective. It's got that Todd McFarlane spaghetti webbing look to it. I really dig this. Our cosplay cover artist for today is Alice with Cats. Honestly, I consider that to be false advertising. I couldn't see a single cat in any of her pictures, and I was looking for a long time. Maybe I wasn't looking for cats, to be honest, but I was looking at her pictures for a long time, and honestly, when you check out her profile, you'll probably be doing that too, because they're absolutely phenomenal. So massive kudos to her. Go give her a follow, because yeah, her stuff, pretty freaking awesome. And folks, that does it for Model Behavior for today. What did you think about the items covered? Comment below. Let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you gotta do. You gotta join the 6-1 Clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And if you want to go one step beyond in supporting the channel, well, you can do by getting a YouTube channel membership. By doing that, you get to help me make these shows, get these episodes out, and just keep the lights on at Model Behavior Towers. So gang, thank you so much to everyone who supports this show. Thank you to everyone who's just watched this show, because all the clicks help me stay on top of the YouTube algorithm. I think that's how it works. I mean, hey, it's working out for me so far. So guys, thank you so much for that. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior.